Andrew Symonds is partly of West Indian descent and was adopted at a very young age by English school teachers. They then moved to Australia. In fact, he traces his roots to the Caribbean. He was adopted by an English couple when he was a baby. They then moved to Australia in his younger days. However, being born in England meant that he held a British passport. Symonds was handed his first-class debut by Queensland during the 1994-95 season. In a game against the touring England team, he smashed 108 not out, which was his maiden first-class ton. His future Australia teammates, Matthew Hayden and Jimmy Marr, also smashed tons in that game. Though Symonds had played his age group cricket in Australia, England wanted to pick him as he turned up for Gloucestershire. Symonds was born in Birmingham, which made him eligible for the England cap. However, he withdrew as his heart lay in Australia. "If I decide my future lies with England, it will mean leaving my family, my girlfriend, and all my friends in Australia," Symonds told in an interview. When Steve Waugh retired in 2004, Symonds was brought into the side and made his Test debut in Sri Lanka. Though Symonds wasn't very successful in the series, he did play his part in a bit of history as Warne picked up his 500th wicket. Symonds was the fielder who took the catch to dismiss Hashan Tilakaratne, which handed Warne the landmark. At a young age, Symonds was given the nickname Roy, which stuck through his international days. Leroy Loggins was a basketball player for Brisbane, and some felt that Symonds looked like him. Symonds first played for Australia in 1998 at the young age of 23, but it took him nearly 5 years before he established himself in the team. In uncertain times, doubts can creep into one's mind, and Symonds thought of moving to rugby league in 2002. On his return to Australia, he started attending the training sessions of the team Brisbane Broncos. In June 2009, he also played a game for the Wynyum Manly team in an exhibition game. In 2005, Symonds was dropped from the Australian team ahead of a tri-series game against Bangladesh in Cardiff. This was because he had consumed alcohol the previous evening. He had breached the team's rules, and as a result, he was dropped for 2 games and also handed a fine. In the aftermath of the Monkeygate incident, Symonds' career got unravelled. In 2008, he went fishing, skipping a team meeting along the way. He had to sign a contract with the Cricket Australia which prevented him from drinking in public. Surprisingly, he was allowed to have a drink in the dressing room, but not in public. In 2011, he had a 2-week stint in the Indian TV show Bigg Boss. Among the participants on the show with Symonds was famous porn star turned actress Sunny Leone. Symonds had made his first-class debut in Australia in 1994, but he made impression miles away in England while turning up for Gloucestershire the following year. During a marathon innings of 254 not out, Symonds smashed 16 sixes, which remained a record for the most hit in a first-class innings for nearly 20 years. Symonds had the trademark dreadlocks, which gave him quite an intimidating look when he walked out to bat. However, he sported a bald look later in his career. In an interview with SABC, he revealed that he shaved the locks for charity for the leukemia-affected children and the Flying Doctors. In early 2008, the cricket world was still simmering after the Monkeygate scandal. Symonds had become the Indian fans' bête noire. However, the Deccan Chargers realized his worth and picked him up for $1.35 million, which made him the highest-paid foreigner in the Indian Premier League 2008 auctions. Only Indian skipper MS Dhoni commanded a higher price in that auction.